Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to Ruth Farms. Today's Tuesday. It's May the 30th. Sorry, I had to check my phone there to make sure. Tuesday, May 30th. We've got some corn that has a few of the devil's weed, Palmer amaranth, pigweed, what we call them, coming up. I think it's a spot I missed with I missed towards the end of spring. My burn down. There was a section that I just had run out. And it was a section about probably 5 foot wide, but about 30 foot long. I was like, it ain't worth driving all the way back over there. Well, we've got some pigweed coming in it, so we're gonna go over there with a backpack sprayer and some 2,4-D and see if we can take care of that. Like I said, just backpack spraying, see if we can knock this pigweed back till we get back out there and actually do a post application here in probably a few weeks. Anyway, first order of business, we've got to get a pump up sprayer. I've already got about 2 gallons in it mixed with some Roundup where I sprayed a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to freshen that up with some more Roundup and some 2,4-D or dicamba, whichever I've got here in the shed. And fill that up with water, and then we'll get that all mixed up and ready to go. And I've also got to put some diesel fuel here in the Kubota RTV X1120 so we can go make our way to the field. Alright guys, we got the sprayer full. It holds 4 gallons of water. We got that full, so we're headed to go put some fuel in the Kubota now. Let's go. I thought I'd take a minute while we're riding through the field, or through our trails to get to our cornfield. We're passing one of the hay fields that we got on camera a couple weeks ago where we were tethering, or where my wife was tethering and we had the cool drone footage. This is it. It's a small field. There's the bigger field. It's coming back nicely, very nicely. This growed probably at least 6 inches in the last couple of weeks. So after this much needed rain this past weekend, she's gonna be ready to go. Hopefully we'll have us a good second cut and y'all can get some of that footage too. On to the cornfield. We've made it to our cornfield. Overall, it's looking pretty good. Getting some specks on them. I think it's a disease called Pauluscus or Holcus. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. There's a good possibility I am. I'll show you a little better up close picture of it in a minute, a little up closer footage. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera from here, but I'll show you some out here where we're spraying with the pigweed. Overall, the corn's looking pretty daggone good, considering we haven't had any rain barely at all since it's been about a month until this last shower this weekend. We got about 1.25 inches, 1.25 inches. So here we go. I'll show you the pigweed. So this is what we're talking about out here. This is a Palmer amaranth plant, pigweed as others call it. There's multiple types of pigweed, but this is what we're dealing with out here. I've got one little strip up through here where I'm almost positive I missed with the sprayer. Because pretty much everywhere else in the field up to now has been clean. This has just really started coming out last week or so. This stuff grows like crazy. You can see one right here. I actually pulled it up and cut it loose yesterday. So it's dying. But you can see this stuff's coming on mean. I mean, it grows very, very rapidly. And it puts on millions of seeds, or it can put on millions of seeds. So we don't want this stuff out here. You can see there's a strip just right up through here, and I'm pretty sure this is where I ran out of chemical when I was doing my burn down, or my second burn down I should say. So we're gonna go out here and see if we can't spot spray and kill this mess. We're probably gonna leave you guys on the Kubota, so I don't have a tripod or anything yet, so it would be hard for me to set y'all up out here in the field and y'all actually be able to see anything. So I'm gonna set y'all up on the Kubota over there, and then y'all can just watch me from afar. And hopefully we can get these killed. The wind's blowing pretty good today, but there's nothing downwind, as you can see. It's middle of the field, the wind's blowing that way, so I'll stand upwind of it so that I don't expose myself to it. Got gloves on, eye protection. I might should have a mask of some sorts on it, but I'm gonna stand downwind. Nothing worth spraying that's too harmful for humans, so let's see if we can get this stuff sprayed. Before we do, let me just show you this corn here. These corn stalks are getting pretty, guys. That's about getting pretty close to knee high to me. But these spots is what I'm kind of concerned with. We're pretty sure this is, I think it's called Holcus. It's a disease. And from everything I've read, it's nothing to be too concerned about. It's more of a cosmetic thing. Very little yield loss, which to me is great because I was worried about maybe having a yield loss. But this is our first year of corn, so we've got a lot to learn. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm gonna try to bring you guys along with us. So here we go. So we're here with our solo backpack sprayer. We've got our Roundup 2,4-D and a shot of dicamba mixed in with it. We're gonna see if we can take care of some of these pigweeds. That's a workout, you guys. Whew. That's a wear you back out. Well, I think I got all of them sprayed. I'll do my best here in a couple days. Once this stuff starts dying, hopefully start dying, I'll try to do my best to get you guys back over here and show you what we sprayed and show you that it's killing them. And man, that pigweed is something else. We've been battling it since I took over the farm 3 years ago, and my grandpa had been battling it for years before that. You're gonna get to see plenty of it this summer, I feel sure. So this is some of our wheat. It looked pretty daggone good before the storm this weekend. It's about half of it's laid down now. You'll see a patch here in just a second. Overall, I think it's looked pretty good most of the season. There's some things we could have done different. I think y'all can tell that all of this is laid down right through here. Around the edge, we got a little ryegrass in it. Or I mess with the sprayer. Joys of learning how to spray with a new sprayer for the first time. But overall, it looks pretty good. Alright, we're going to take a look at the little wheat here. Give y'all kind of a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing here in probably 2-3 weeks. This is some of our wheat on a field what we call the low place. This is land my dad's parents own. This is some of our best yielding ground. It's pretty good ground. It's been good for us for many years now. So here it goes. Here's some. It's pretty ugly now. It's the wind's laid it down, but y'all can see this is pretty much flat. I mean, I'll dig down here. I mean, it's a few inches off the ground. But what makes this so challenging is we're gonna have to try to get the combine header up under this mat. And as you can see, there's not a lot of room to wiggle there. And then all of that straw is going to go to the combine, so it's going to make it that much harder on the combine. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way our wheat heads look. I mean, I've seen some larger, I've seen some smaller. I think it's going to be one of our better yielding wheats that we've had here on the farm. I've done a lot more to it than I have in the past. So this will be a baby kernel. Whether or not you guys can see that or not, that will get hard. See if I can pop this open and show you guys. So this is the kernel of wheat. It will dry down. It won't be that big. Like right now, it's green still. So when I squish it, you can see that creamy. It's usually what we call the milk stage. Probably a little past the milk stage right now. But anyway, that's what actually will harden as this dries out and become the kernel of wheat that we'll harvest here in a few weeks. Man, ain't this a mess? It is just flat. So good until this past weekend. This is flat as a flitter, as you can tell. Kind of see the difference here. That's where it stops. Like this wheat here, you see how tall this stuff is, how much further to the ground, and then this stuff is just laying on the ground. But overall, pretty pleased with how the wheat looks, other than it's laying down. But we've still got a lot of drying up to do. As you can see, this wheat plant altogether right here is very green still. And then you've got one like this, that one's pretty much already dried up. I'm not sure, I think we had a little bit of a mixing of varieties this year, but that one there, it's all but already hardened. That's very chunky. And then I bet if I take a kernel off of this one, it's still gonna be very green. Oh yeah, it's still very liquidy. So, we still got a ways to go. You can see there's another laid down place right in here. Still got a ways to go, but it's gonna be much more challenging now to try to get this stuff in the combine and keep it in the combine and not choke up the combine. And then a lot of straw to get off the field, because we do take at least most of our straw off and bale it, square bale it, and we'll put it up in the barn and sell it to people over the summer and through the winter for yards, for bedding, for their animals, different things. But there's gonna be plenty for you guys to come along with us and see. Plenty to see, plenty to do. It's gonna be a busy devil weed, devil weed, devil weed, baby devil weed, devil weed, devil weed. If you don't really keep an eye on these suckers, they will take over a field. We have learned that the hard way. Darn, I just killed this corn plant. Just stepped on him. see, we got a pretty good stalk there. Hey, I'll break him off. Break him right off right at the node. Just like that way, makes a sample. Give the extension agent. Gotta be more careful where I step. Just trying to pick through the few little pigweeds that we see here and there. I saw just a couple out here while I was walking. I had to grab them. Hate them little devils. Guys, we're back here at home. I was gonna give you, I've got a video of it, but I'm not sure if it'll get posted, just for the simple fact that it was kind of crappy. I didn't have GoPro then. Trying to do it on my phone, and audio is kind of bad, and all around bad video. But anyway, I was gonna show you our little raised bed garden that my wife and I built probably a month ago now, honestly. But kind of give me an update on what we got going on there. Update on our kind of our garden plants. Got some tomatoes, some zucchini, some squash planted. Just kind of show you that so you can just kind of keep a, you know, kind of know how it goes through the summer. This is our little raised bed garden we made. Some tin bought from Lowe's and some old reclaimed lumber we had from when I built my shop. Here's my wife's tomato plants. They're looking pretty good. Our onions that we had rotting in our carport aren't looking the hottest, but we've got a couple, these are some type of zucchini here and there. We've actually got one breaking through right here. We've got a few breaking through. We have some squash and stuff planted up here, but I haven't seen it coming up yet. This ground's a little on the hard side, so I'm gonna massage it a little bit, open it up a little bit for them, so maybe if they're gonna come up, they'll come up. I had some seed from a few years ago that I'm not 100% sure was any good. But we'll see. If not, we'll replant them. But there's that, and we'll keep you updated throughout the growing year. Here are my wife's sheep. They're Katahdins. We've got 4 ladies now. The male, the ram, and we've got 3 babies. 2 ladies and a little boy. This is our little boy right here. To the right. That's the little girl. They're fun to watch. Be time to clip the tops of this before long. I'm trying to wait for the seed heads to dry out so that when we clip them, it'll help reseed the pasture back. Hopefully here in the next couple of weeks that'll dry out enough so we can do that. And we're back. I had a chance. I cleaned up in the shop just a little bit, and then I've been went inside and ate some supper with my wife. Spent a little bit of time with her, not near enough, but a little bit. Been thinking about it, reading up a little bit, doing a little bit of research, talking to some people, and it's about time to spray the corn. I don't want to let those pigweeds get overtake us, get too big, and then we can't kill them. I want to go ahead and wipe them out, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the sprayer out and get it ready. I've got some soybean ground that's gonna need spraying before long anyway, so I need to get it out, finish getting it cleaned out. It's had tank cleaner in it for a couple weeks now. I need to get that sprayed through the nozzles, clean out the tank with some water, and then get ready. And then maybe if the conditions are right tomorrow or Thursday or maybe even Friday, try to hit the field and get some of this stuff knocked out. So we're up here at the equipment shed. We're going to get in the old Wilmar. It's a Wilmar 745 sprayer. It's got a John Deere diesel motor, self-propelled articulating sprayer. It's got 60-foot booms. We purchased that this year to help aid with our spraying. Starting to get a few more acres and getting more. We spray over top of our wheat and stuff more often. So we've upgraded this year. So I'm gonna check the oil. You guys can see that or not. Oil's good. We're gonna fire the old girl up and head to the house and get this tank clean. It's a cold start on the old Wilmar. Wilmar. Have a parking brake down here. That's engaged, unlocked. This is our rate controller. It's a Mid-Tech ARC 6000. We've got an ag leader in Command 800 up here for our GPS, our guidance. But for now, we just need to get back to the house. It's our hydro handle. This button raises our left boom. This button raises our right boom. This button here raises the whole boom cradle. This small button down here, the gray one, it controls our foam marker. And these two switches down here on the upper left, they control our alright guys, I think that's probably going to do it for the day. Just kind of a general crop. It's not necessarily an update for you guys because that's probably the first time y'all have seen some of these crops, but be like a crop update video in the future. Crop update, garden update, spraying some devil's weed, checking on the wheat, checking on the corn, riding along, filling the Kubota up, filling the sprayer up. Here's to tomorrow. See what happens next. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like.